You say you feel like the baby doesn't look like you.
Man, he look like this dude. Only reason I can't tell you that they got the same hair color is because he bald head.
My son obviously has African-American features. However, he doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow.
So what you're saying is your son is very fair-skinned.
Like,
oh, he's a
question
beautiful
the
little boy.
Yeah, that's...
And so you feel like when you look at him, though, you don't see any resemblance.
Nah, he ain't me.
He doesn't look like me or Mr. Barlow. So now that leads me to believe the only way that this baby is not this man's child is if he's not mine. I believe something happened at the hospital, and it would devastate me, Your Honor. I have a strong connection with my son. Now, if this boy isn't my son, that means not only do I have to find out who he actually belongs to, but then I have to find out where my biological child is.
This is a first in this courtroom. You're saying that you question whether or not you're this child's mother.
Yes.
And this is really upsetting you. You're serious.
Yes, I'm serious, because every day when I go somewhere, whether it's the grocery store, wherever we go, the doctor, we went to a place for my kids to jungle gym jumping, and a woman, a Hispanic lady sat there, and she was like, is he Hispanic? Is he mixed or something? I did a research online. The research is right here.
Let me see that.
And
What did you
28,000 babies have been switched at the hospital, and find out later on that their parents aren't their biological children.
Let me be clear. You pulled up research, and this is research that talks about the fact that there are about 28,000 babies that get switched at birth in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Every year.
Every
Now,
year.
sometimes that's temporary, but sometimes permanently.
Sometimes permanent. I just want to
And
know.
you have so much doubt, not just surrounding the paternity, but also as to whether or not you're the child's mother, because everywhere you go, people are asking you.
Everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. It's like, it's so unfair because they treat me like I'm a kidnapper. It's really not funny. It's not a joke.
I'm going to take a moment. I want to look through my paperwork and make sure I have some answers before we go any further. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So give me a moment. Court is adjourned until further notice. We're back in session in the case of Barlow versus Winslow. You've claimed this child could have been switched at birth.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I needed to go back to my chambers. I needed to do some research. I needed to look through the results. I had to find the maternity portion of the results so that I could confirm whether or not you are, in fact, Jabril's mother. These results state that the probability of maternity is 99.9999%. You, Ms. Winslow, are Jabril's mother.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I needed to hear, Your Honor.
And I can see you're truly relieved.
It's a weight lifted off of my shoulder.
So, Mr. Barlow, you truly believe there's another reason why the child doesn't look like you.
I believe that was just an excuse. Like I said, excuses
No,
are
it
only
wasn't
good
an
for those
excuse.
who use them. If he's not yours, he was switched at birth.
That's
You
something
understand what
that
I'm
I
saying?
strongly believe. Do you think I would play with something like that, Your Honor? That's something serious. That's hurtful. I have been living with this, as I stated, since he was born. I have cried to my mother about this.
As soon as my son was born,
why
the
would I
landlord
make
came
up
to the house
something
to
like
see
that?
the baby.
So what does the landlord look like?
Your Honor, the landlord is Colombian.
And when you go places, people say the baby looks Hispanic, and Mr. Barlow is convinced that it's the landlord's baby because he's Colombian.
That's correct. And I have never cheated on this man. I've been with this man for 11 years, off and on. Throughout the whole time I've been with him, he have not only had twins on me, but triplets as well. So it's not like it's just like a little simple thing, like he hasn't done anything to me. He has done the most. Yes, as a woman, I stand here with my backbone, and I've accepted all of his wrongdoing. And I still love him to death, to the bottom of my heart. So why would I wait till he's...
Excuses are best for those who use them. You understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Barlow, you're serious. You believe this landlord has a little bit too much of a presence in your life.
Man, he had too much of a presence in their life. I was always away.
He had a presence in our lives because he wasn't there.
There be times I'll sit
He
there
calls the baby
and I
son.
talk to my baby. Yeah.
So you do call Jabril your son.
He does. And he signed the birth certificate.
And
I have proof
and
right
Jabril
here.
calls you his daddy.
Yeah, he say Dada. And he could say that Papa. He say Padre.
No, he doesn't,
he can say a lot of
Your Honor.
Spanish
He does
stuff.
not.
You know what I'm
That's him
saying?
being funny, Your Honor. He does
He
not
say a lot of
speak
Spanish stuff.
He does not.
You know what I mean? Like,
You saying the child speaks Spanish
No,
too?
Your Honor.
yeah. Like,
It's not, Your Honor, he doesn't speak Spanish. My son talk baby talk, like normal babies. Normal.
And what's the
I talked
evidence
to him.
you were
I
going
said,
to present?
Apaga la luz.
The birth
Apaga la
certificate.
luz. He'll go straight to the light switch and try to cut it off.
Well, that's great. It's nothing wrong with a child being bilingual, but you saying it
Well,
makes you feel like
It's hereditary.
It's not. It's not hereditary.
no, it actually isn't.
Okay.
Anyway, the evidence you were going to present.
The birth certificate, Your Honor, that Mr. Barlow so gracefully signed.
So, Mr. Barlow, this is your name
Yes,
listed
that's
as
my
the
name.
father on the birth certificate.
Yes, it is.
So
if he didn't
I was
believe it,
there during the delivery. I was there to sign the birth certificate
In which
because
he-
there's no way for me to say, this is not my child. I got 9 children. And out of those other 8 children, there's been spots in their life that I missed. And I said, if this child is mine, I will not
There's
miss
no if.
one single day.
There's no if, Your Honor.
And
This
I
is
was
his
there.
son.
Even when I was there signing that, I told her, and she could tell you, after this, you get a DNA test, we'd be fine. But we
But
left
you
that alone.
understand that by signing this birth certificate, you're considered to be this child's legal father.
I am his legal father right
And
now.
so you accept, well, yes, you are.
You understand
But what
what
I'm
I'm
saying is you're also still questioning whether or not you're his biological father.
And it shouldn't be a question, Your Honor. He knows that this is his son.
Yes,
So
Your Honor.
if I open the results and it has been determined that, in fact, this landlord or someone else is Jabril's biological father, you understand because you signed the birth certificate, you are still considered the legal father and you'll be responsible financially to support this child?
Yes, Your Honor. We got home, the landlord was there looking at the baby.
That's not
When you
true.
came home from the hospital?
That's not
Yeah,
true,
when
Your
we was
Honor.
home,
The
he was there.
landlord
He was
was
right there in the kitchen.
to collect rent.
Whatever, that you wasn't paying. But anyway.
Well, how was he there to collect it if I wasn't paying it?
All right.
Your Honor, he's being foolish. Trust me, if I was sleeping with the landlord, I wouldn't have had to scrape up that rent money.
Hey. and I believe because she was, that's the reason she didn't have to scrape it up. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, give me that. That's fine. Thank you.
I'm tired,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
tired of talking about the rent money. I want to talk about the paternity. I'm ready for the results. In the case of Barlow versus Winslow, as it pertains to 20-month-old Jabril Barlow, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Barlow, you are the father.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
So the bottom line is you are the mother and you are the father. And ultimately, you two have got to get past all of this that you've brought upon yourselves. Because sometimes when you live in confusion, you can't grow, you can't build. But a child needs to grow up in a family that is healthy. And all this questioning and talking about one another, I mean, you didn't even know if you were the child's mother. I mean, this is how crazy it got that there was so much doubt in your house, you had people convincing you weren't the mother.
That's true, Your Honor. I did.
You all have a beautiful baby boy. I want you to grow together,
Thank you.
take care of him, and make sure he has the upbringing he deserves. Healthy and happy. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you. Court is
Thank you.
adjourned.